Africa needs to grow the knowledge economy. The new economy is the knowledge economy. Hollywood studios, for example, in Los Angeles, California, grosses over US 10 billion a year, 10 billion US dollars a year. That is twice the annual budget of Zimbabwe. Their product is entertainment. Zimbabwe is a consumer of Hollywood entertainment, as is the rest of the world. Hollywood has managed to derive economic value from knowledge. They have created the knowledge economy around a product which can be made by anyone in any country. Anyone with a mobile phone now is able to make entertainment content. So Hollywood has packaged acting into an economic driver. In 2013, Nollywood grossed over US $800 million. Nollywood is the colloquial name for the Nigerian film industry. In the early 2000s, Nollywood started creating a lot of amateur videos, but they've got a history that goes even to the 1920s, 1930s. The storyline, the movies were painful to watch, most of them. They seem to have been written by the same person. The storyline was too similar. The main theme was witchcraft and magic with amateur visual and sound effects. But there's been a lot of improvements. The scripts still need improvements, but Nollywood is now contributing about 20% to the national budget. Excuse me. So that is not a small feat, okay? If you look at the history of economic growth and development, the drivers of economic growth and development, the first major driver before agriculture, there was probably just trade, and people were trading. There was a lot of goods moving around the world. We built ships and all that to carry products. But the real economic driver, one of the first ones, besides the war, of course, was agriculture. So we had the agricultural revolution, and that brought about the mass production of food. In fact, it brought with it some problems as well related to our health because of overeating. Okay, so once we had food abundance, we started to have problems associated with either eating too much sugar or some other conditions associated with eating. So after the agricultural revolution, we had the industrial revolution, and the industrial revolution also became a drive of economic growth and development. So we've had agriculture, we've had industry, but industry has been taken over by robots, automation, and even cars are trying to get rid of drivers. So now what began to drive economic growth and development was information technology. So those countries with the information technology were able to drive economic growth and development. They were able to make products and services using that knowledge, and they were able to export that knowledge and also the products and services. Therefore, they were able to grow their own economy, but also help the economies of other places to be impacted by the knowledge economy. That was just the information technology. But now, coming to the knowledge economy, which is the making of music, the making of movies, like the examples I've given, with Nollywood and Hollywood, and hopefully Zollywood from Zimbabwe. Okay, so that's the knowledge economy. So what else constitutes the knowledge economy? We also have research papers being written by the intellectuals of that country. We have, if you look at the number of patents being filed by a certain country, then that's an indicator of how much knowledge is being produced, and there's a correlation between the number of patents being produced and the products and services being made and the size of the economy of that country, and which is why countries like America and England and the West, they will take in graduates to come and do postgraduate studies in either America or in the UK, because that increases their ability to create and enhance their knowledge economy. Okay, so another indicator of knowledge economy is the number of books being written by people in that country. But more recently, we have podcasting, which basically is an individual, we can call it a television station, really. It's someone, a radio station, it's someone who is producing content and has people listening to and subscribing to their podcasts. And there are various ways in which you can now put podcasts out there. We have Stitcher, we have Apple Podcasts, and there are a lot of other places where you can, like this conversation I'm having now, I could take this audio and put the audio onto a podcast. So I could repurpose this very home video which I'm making. Okay. Then, of course, we have radio and television. Countries that promote radio and television and allow a lot of people to get involved, they give an opportunity for the creation of more knowledge. So the knowledge economy of that country becomes a lot better than countries which restrict or which only allow, countries like Zimbabwe, which allow only 1 or 2 radio and television stations for decades and decades. Okay, so Africa needs to grow this knowledge economy, because we have a lot of stories that we can tell. And so we are letting ourselves down by not putting these stories onto maybe videos, YouTube videos, maybe into podcasts. And if you look at social media now, social media is beginning to enable people to share stories quite easily. We've got Facebook stories, which just started. We have Snapchat stories, we have Instagram stories. All of these are ways of encouraging people to tell their own stories. So I don't think we yet understand the impact of social media, not only on ourselves, but on our ability to tell our own stories and on our ability to even enhance economic growth and development. Thank you for listening.